Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. We're gonna do something a bit different today. So I've had this idea in mind for quite a bit, and I've seen other creators do this as well, and they've gotten some flack for their lists being put together. So I figured, you know what? Why don't I give my tier list on the Call of Duty video games that I have played over the years and what I personally think in regards to the ones that I have experienced. Now I do gotta say this before I start making this tier list. I am ranking these games based off of my personal experiences with the ones that I have played rather than just creating this list of what I think from a general perspective of what these games are and how they hold up all these years later. I'm just going off of what my personal experiences were with this game, so if you happen to get offended, I don't know what to tell you. Alright, so this tier list, I got the S tier, A tier, B tier, D tier, the trash tier, and the ones that I've never played. So, let's get into it. So those are the Call of Duty titles that I have never played. I never did get to play Call of Duty online because at the time that it was still available, I didn't have my own PC, and even if I did, I wasn't sure of how to get a hold of that game and make an account on it and so forth. As far as I remember, I think that game is no longer operating. I think it got shut down a while back. And I can say the same for Warzone Mobile. I really just don't play video games. I don't play any sort of video games on my phone. I'd rather just play them on either a console or a PC, especially when you take into account that whichever game that you play that is on the scale of Call of Duty, it can really be taxing on the performance of your smartphone. For those who do not know, my smartphone is the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. Yes, I'm an Android. Go ahead, make fun of me. Alright, now we can get into the actual Call of Duty titles. We'll start with COD 4. Ooh, I gotta put that in S tier, and since I see Modern Warfare Remastered, they're both the same game, so I'll just put them in the same tier. This Call of Duty, holy crap, man. I'm not even kidding when I say this, but I actually had lots and lots of fun playing Modern Warfare. I really enjoyed playing COD 4 when I was still playing it back then. More specifically, the remastered version of COD 4, because that was where I got my start playing that specific Call of Duty. As a matter of fact, not only was COD 4 the very first Call of Duty that I ended up doing a veteran playthrough on, but it was also the first Call of Duty that I ever got 100% achievements on. And if you don't believe me, I will show you. So as you can see right there, I ended up getting Platinum for Modern Warfare Remastered back on July 29th, 2019. And as you could tell from looking at the upper right corner next to the webcam, right next to my webcam, I actually did get 100% achievements on Modern Warfare Remastered. I had so much fun playing through the COD 4 campaign that I remember, I think it was the very first time that I beat the COD 4 campaign. Right after beating it, I immediately went and started another playthrough on it because it was just so good. I freaking loved playing through it, man. As far as the multiplayer goes, I didn't get to play much of COD 4 multiplayer, especially on the remastered version, but from what I got to experience, I honestly thought that was a far more superior version than the original COD 4, even though the OG COD 4 does have some glitches and a few other tricks and such that you're able to attempt on the OG version rather than the remastered. At the same time, I still think that you will get a far better experience. I know for a fact I got a far better experience playing the remastered version rather than the OG version. And just in case anybody asks, I never ever got to play World at War. I've heard that it's one of the best Call of Duty titles ever developed, but for me personally, I can't relate because I never got to play it. Moving on with the original Modern Warfare 2. I gotta put that in S tier, and since there is the campaign remastered version, I will definitely put that in the S tier as well. I really enjoyed Modern Warfare 2. This game was so freaking fun to enjoy. I spent a lot of my time playing the campaign as well. Whenever I got to experience the multiplayer, I ended up experiencing it at a time where modded lobbies were starting to become a thing. You would come across people who were using their hacks or wherever. That was at the time where I was actually starting to get into Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, and even then I didn't really spend that much time indulging in it because I guess the matchmaking at the time, there just wasn't that many people playing it, so it made it harder for me to actually enjoy it like a lot of people did back then. The Modern Warfare 2 campaign was such a blast to enjoy, from doing the No Russian mission to going after General Shepard after he killed Ghost and stabbed y'all in the back. Oh my god, man. Like, we just don't have that kind of emotional, like, pressure. We don't have that amount of weight in these stories with Call of Duty nowadays. But Modern Warfare 2, without a doubt, I put it in S tier, especially playing the remastered version of MW2. While I will admit, it was disappointing when we got just the campaign remastered. At the same time, we still got Modern Warfare 2 remastered. Like, you gotta think about it, man. Black Ops 1. To be honest with you, I played a little bit of Black Ops 1, but I wasn't able to actually finish the game because the copy that I ended up getting at the time, unfortunately, it just wasn't working to where I was able to progress further into the story. And then once I was done with the story, then I would get to experience the multiplayer. So sadly, I wasn't able to really experience Black Ops 1 in its entirety. But if I had to place it somewhere, I'd have to put it in the B tier. I'd have to put it in the B tier, honestly. I was not able to really experience much of Black Ops 1 because the copy that I got at the time, it just wasn't working to where I was able to get everything out of this game. So, but for now, I'd have to put Black Ops 1 in B tier. The original Modern Warfare 3. Gotta put that in S tier, man. I remember when my mother got me a copy of the original Modern Warfare 3 back in June of 2011. I remember playing through the campaign a lot at the time, and keep in mind, for those that are noticing that I've been making a lot of mention in regards to the campaign, I wasn't able to actually experience Call of Duty multiplayer, or basically online multiplayer as a whole, until 2014. I wasn't able to actually like start playing online until 2014. But as far as Modern Warfare 3 goes, the OG one for that matter, I remember when I first got it, I was so into the campaign, dude. I remember there would be days where I would wake up mad early in the morning. I would go to my local convenience store, get myself a couple of snacks, come back home, eat that stuff, and then boot up the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. It was just such good times, dude. I really enjoyed playing it. The multiplayer I absolutely loved playing, especially when I was able to actually come back and play it once again on Plutonium. Coming back to Modern Warfare 3, especially its multiplayer component, was so freaking fun. It was fun to enjoy on the console version, but coming back on the PC version, more specifically on Plutonium, oh my lord, man, it just made it so much better. Like, and as far as the Spec Ops mode goes, I had the most amount of fun playing Spec Ops on Modern Warfare 3, more specifically doing the survival mode on Modern Warfare 3. I remember back then, like, survival mode in Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops, that was my version of multiplayer. That was like my go-to version in terms of experiencing some form of multiplayer. I would do like a bunch of solo runs on survival mode in Spec Ops. I don't even remember what my record wave was. I think it was probably like 23 or something. I don't remember to be exact, but dude, I used to go so hard on survival mode in Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops. I freaking loved playing it. But Modern Warfare 3, the OG one, without a doubt, one of the best Call of Duty titles I have ever played. And speaking of best Call of Duty titles ever played, Black Ops 2, immediate S tier, dude. Dude, Black Ops 2, that was the very first Call of Duty that I was ever able to own. I remember being in the 8th grade, and one of my friends at the time, he happened to have had a copy of Black Ops 2 for PlayStation 3. He offered to give it to me, even though I insisted that he should not, because, you know, at the time I didn't do shit to earn a copy of Black Ops 2, but he was so insistent on giving me one of his copies that I was just like, all right, I'll accept it. Thank you, though. You didn't have to do it, but I appreciate it. But Black Ops 2 was without a doubt the first Call of Duty that I ever owned. I started playing the campaign, obviously, and I wasn't able to experience the multiplayer until 2014. Oh my lord, man. I can't even begin to tell you just how much I loved Black Ops 2. The multiplayer, I remember playing a lot of free-for-all and search and destroy. Even though I was very, very bad at the game, at the same time, I did my best to hold my own, and I enjoyed playing Black Ops 2 multiplayer, although the people that I played with at the time, I don't think they can say the same in regards to their experiences with playing with me, but I will own up to it. I was a fucking horrible player. And as far as Black Ops 2 Zombies go, I did spend a lot of my time playing Transit because that was like the go-to mode for me in Zombies. And let's just say when I went and revisited that mode in Plutonium, I did not last long, unfortunately. But it was still fun to be able to go back to it and reminisce about it. But Black Ops 2, without a doubt, it is my favorite Call of Duty I have ever played. And it is amazing to know that it has been preserved via Plutonium. So I have to put that in S tier. It is the best Call of Duty I have ever played. Call of Duty Ghosts. I gotta put that in D tier, man. It's not that it's a bad game, it's just, it's so boring. It's just so bland, it's mellow, it's just so boring. The campaign specifically, I thought was very bad, especially with the ending. It's like, why would you make an ending like that when you know you're not even going to follow up on it? Like, what the hell, Infinity Ward? And as far as its zombies mode goes, I think it was called Extinction, if I remember correctly. I didn't really play Extinction all that much. I never really got into it, so I can't really say for sure as to how good that mode was. But for me personally, Call of Duty Ghosts as a whole, I have to put that in the D tier. It's not that it's a bad game, it's just, it's boring. It's just really boring. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I might have to put that in the B tier. I did play a good amount of Advanced Warfare. The campaign I thought was amazing. I thought it was such an amazing campaign. The multiplayer, I didn't spend that much time playing multiplayer. And even if I did, I was playing against bots because at the time, I still was not able to engage in multiplayer online. So as a result, I had to stick to playing against bots. But the multiplayer, from what I got to experience, it was pretty good, I will say. Black Ops 3. Hear me out. That campaign had to be one of the worst developed campaigns I have ever played in my 10 plus years of playing Call of Duty. It was so bad that it turned me off from playing anything else regarding Black Ops 3. It turned me off from playing the multiplayer and the zombies. Like, I couldn't even bother giving any of those other modes a chance because I was so turned off by this game after playing the campaign. It was just so terrible. Definitely have to put that in the D tier. I just gotta keep it real, man. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. You guys are gonna get mad at me for this, but keep in mind, I'm going off of my personal experiences with the games that I have played. With that being said, gotta put that in the A tier, man. I gotta put Infinite Warfare in A tier. Infinite Warfare's campaign is one of the best Call of Duty campaigns ever developed. I'm not even kidding when I say this, but I was so captivated by the story that it brought me to tears toward the end. Well, I didn't like cry like fully, but I was like moved to tears when I saw how the campaign in Infinite Warfare played out. It was so damn good, man. One of the best story modes ever developed. The multiplayer I did get to experience from playing the offline version, it was pretty good. I will say I was like enjoying what I got to experience. As a matter of fact, I tried doing some of the funny moments that other creators would do on Infinite Warfare. Like for example, Merc Music, he would go on Infinite Warfare and try to do some funny moments and such. I went and tried to experience that for myself by doing it on this game. I had a lot of fun, man. I can't even lie. But as far as like what the game offered you, while I can't say for sure because I didn't spend much time playing it, what I got to experience was pretty good. I honestly thought Infinite Warfare's multiplayer, while it didn't feel as good as Black Ops 3's multiplayer, from what I've heard other people say when they hold Black Ops 3 multiplayer in high regard, while Infinite Warfare did not feel as good as BO3, at the same time, it still felt pretty good to be able to enjoy. So for what I got to experience, I liked it. I liked what I got to see. Call of Duty World War II. You know, after playing that game, I really, really enjoyed playing the campaign, and I also enjoyed parts of multiplayer. So, I'm gonna put it in the B tier. The campaign, I thought Sledgehammer did such a fantastic job telling a World War II story in their way in Call of Duty World War II. And as far as the multiplayer goes, from what I got to experience, dude, multiplayer on World War II was actually pretty fun. Not only that, but it also had a lot of weapons, it had a lot of camos, and as far as I remember, it had lots of game modes and prestige levels, you name it. Like, they went all in putting together a lot of content for Call of Duty World War II, especially when it got that overhaul, which pretty much changed the game for the better. I honestly enjoyed experiencing what I did on World War II. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Trash. No. You know what? I'm not gonna put that in the trash here. I'm actually gonna put that in the D tier. Not only did it become the first Call of Duty to not include a campaign for whatever fucking reason, I wasn't able to really get into Black Ops 4 multiplayer, even though the last time I played it, there was still a good amount of people playing it, which was nice to see, but I just couldn't really find myself to really enjoy BO4 multiplayer. We still got a few more titles to go, and then we're done with the list. Modern Warfare 2019. I'm so torn on this because I have my praises, but then I also have my gripes with Modern Warfare 2019. You know what? I gotta put that in the A tier. I gotta put that in the A tier. I definitely had so much fun playing Modern Warfare 2019 despite my gripes with that game. The campaign in Modern Warfare 2019 I thought was very, very good, especially when you consider that Infinity Ward's strong suit in regards to contributing to Call of Duty is putting together such a damn good campaign that includes the likes of our favorite characters like Gaz, Ghost, Soap, and the best one out of the bunch, Captain Price. I would even go as far as to say that this was the last Call of Duty campaign that we got from the main Call of Duty devs where these people actually had some balls. They actually had some balls to break the fourth wall and lean into more of the controversial aspects regarding realistic modern warfare. The multiplayer, I can confidently say I have poured so many hours playing Modern Warfare 2019 multiplayer. I would even go so far as to say I've played Modern Warfare multiplayer a whole lot more than Black Ops 2 multiplayer. Hell, as far as I remember, the last time I checked, I have about nearly 48 days played on Modern Warfare 2019 multiplayer, but you also got to take into account that the main reason for that is because it was a pandemic, we had to quarantine, and when we had to stay indoors, we had to resort to video games to entertain us. And for me personally, I definitely did so in Modern Warfare. Not only that, but it was also the first Call of Duty title that I was able to get back into online multiplayer after like 4 years or so. But once I got back into multiplayer on Call of Duty, dude, I was going in on this game. Like, I was going in. But without a doubt, Modern Warfare 2019, while I do have my gripes with how the multiplayer specifically was designed, at the same time, I still enjoyed it as much as I did when the life cycle was still going on, and the amount of content that we got throughout its life cycle, second to none. I thought it was so freaking good. So as a result, I gotta put Modern Warfare 2019 in the A tier. One of the best experiences that I've had, even though it was very difficult due to the implementation of skill-based matchmaking. Black Ops Cold War. Put that in A tier. The campaign I thought was very good. Treyarch put together such a very great story in Black Ops Cold War. The multiplayer specifically, I didn't play much of Cold War multiplayer, but from what I got to experience, I thought it was pretty good. Even though I spent most of my time playing Nuketown, I still enjoyed Cold War multiplayer. As far as the zombies mode goes in Cold War, without a doubt, the most fun that I have had playing zombies in a Call of Duty title developed by Treyarch since Black Ops 2. Without a doubt, loved the amount of content that zombies got throughout the life cycle of Cold War. Call of Duty Vanguard. Trash. It's trash. The campaign was very forgettable. The multiplayer, the only good thing about multiplayer in Vanguard was the combat pacing. I thought that was a very good feature that Sledgehammer incorporated into multiplayer, but at the same time, it still wasn't enough for me to actually enjoy Vanguard. As far as the zombies goes, one of the most disappointing experiences I have ever had in playing Call of Duty. Like, the zombies mode in Vanguard was so bad. And what's crazy is that I made my return to Call of Duty Zombies in Vanguard of all games. Honestly, there's very little that this game offered that would make me think that this is a decent Call of Duty. Honestly, pretty much everything that this game had, it just wasn't even good. It really wasn't that good. I have to put Vanguard in the trash tier. Oh shoot, I forgot about Call of Duty Warzone, the OG one. Yeah, we'll put that in A tier. Yeah, Call of Duty Warzone, the OG one for that matter. What I will say, had the most fun playing a Battle Royale in the OG Warzone, whether it be playing Plunder, Resurgence, or actual BR. Had so much fun playing the OG Warzone, especially during the Verdansk days to be specific. Such a fun experience. Definitely goes in the A tier. Modern Warfare 2 2022. Trash. Definitely trash. As a matter of fact, hold on, let's switch it. There we go. That's better. The campaign, I will admit, it was pretty good. It wasn't great, but I genuinely enjoyed the Modern Warfare 2 campaign to some extent. The multiplayer, however, I mean, do I even have to get into it? I mean, you guys have pretty much got a gist of how Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer was handled throughout its life cycle. It was neglected, it was just very underwhelming, and Infinity Ward, they really disrespected the I can't say that. I don't want to say it too many times in this video, but they really disrespected us in regards to how they handled Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. I was so disappointed. Dude, I was so disappointed in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer that not only did I buy the game on 2 separate occasions, but I also traded it into my local GameStop on 2 separate occasions as well. I was so disappointed in this game. I legit gave up on it after Season 2. I gave up on it because the fact that Infinity Ward did not care enough to actually put in the work to make Modern Warfare 2 more enjoyable for people to indulge in, it really just goes to show that they just simply did not give a single F about what we thought. They made it clear when we gave them our feedback during the beta weekends of Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, like they made it clear that they're not going to listen to us. They're not going to, which is unfortunate because I honestly hope that they would have turned things around for the better, but hey man, they doubled down. And as a result, we saw a lot of people leaving the game, player counts were dropping, even certain pro members, even certain professional players decided to retire. Warzone 2.0, trash. Like the stuff that I've said about Modern Warfare 2, I'm most likely gonna say about Warzone. The last one, Modern Warfare 3 2023. Gotta put that in the D tier, man. They had to rush putting together a story that would be enough for it to be serviceable to the consumer, and as a result, the campaign just did not live up to the hype, even when they brought back fan favorite characters like Price, Soap, Ghost, and even the most famous villain in the whole Call of Duty franchise, especially my most favorite villain, Makarov. The campaign in this game just did not live up to the hype. It was just so underwhelming. But I will say, even though the campaign was very underwhelming, I still was able to enjoy it a whole lot more than Black Ops 3's campaign, which is why I specifically placed Modern Warfare 3 right here. Multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3, it's still being supported as I'm recording this video, and with the news that I have found out in regards to the content that we're going to be getting in the Reloaded of Season 4, in Season 4 Reloaded I should say, I don't know if it's Season 4 Reloaded, I think it is, but as far as the amount of content that we are going to be getting in Season 4 Reloaded of Modern Warfare 3, dude, what I will say, Sledgehammer has been knocking it out of the park in regards to the amount of content that they have been releasing for Modern Warfare 3. As a matter of fact, I think this is the best post-launch support that we have seen Call of Duty get in this current era since Black Ops Cold War. Sledgehammer has done such a phenomenal job of putting together amazing content for Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, even though there are some people who want to disagree and say that this is weird to include in a Call of Duty title, especially when it's supposed to be realistic, etc. Best post-launch support that we have gotten since Black Ops Cold War. And as far as zombies goes in Modern Warfare 3, it's basically DMZ just with zombies in it. And to be honest with you, the fact that it hasn't been getting that much content as it should, it's been very disappointing, and therefore there's really no other reason to go back and play Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Unless if you're going for Borealis or Bioluminescent, there's really no other reason why you should go back and play Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. It's just not that good, to be honest with you. But even though multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3 is very good, at the same time, it still doesn't make up for the fact that Modern Warfare 3 as a whole, it's good, but it's not great. It just really isn't great. And that right there is my Call of Duty tier list. I do have to reiterate, I put this tier list together based off of what my personal experiences were with the games that I have played, while simultaneously thinking about how they have been managed from my perspective. I wasn't putting this together to try to sum up how these games are from a general perspective. I simply graded these games in the way that I did based off of my personal experiences and what I personally thought these games were in their own right. If you happen to agree with me, awesome. If you don't, understandable. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, you're more than welcome to drop a like on it. And if you enjoy this type of content, you're more than welcome to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy Discreet, and I'll catch you in the next video.